Good morning, friends. It's so lovely to see you today. This is a great video all about ways to count. This is a great video for moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, anyone who loves and takes care of and does math homework with kids will love this video. All right, friends, you probably don't know that there are so many ways to count numbers. And today we're just going to talk about a few. These are ways to count that you might use if you're in preschool. Are any of you in preschool? Woohoo! If you're in kindergarten. Oh, I see some kindergartners. Or if you are just a person who loves numbers. If you love numbers, give me a I love numbers. Awesome! So do I. Ways to count. The first way to count, and this is how most people learn to count, is counting by ones. Can you say that? Ones. Yep, this is how we count by ones. We touch each item that we're counting and we say the numbers in order by ones. Count with me. Let me hear your voices out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's right. When you count by ones, you touch each item and you count in order. You don't skip any numbers. Count by ones. Let's see what's behind this one. Oh, sometimes we use 10 to figure out how many. I don't need to count all of these by ones again, because I know if it was full, it would be 10, and it's missing 1, so then I know that it's 1 less than 10, and that makes it 9. And if you're not sure, you can always count by ones. This one, we can use the tens to figure out that this is the number 9. That's a way to count. You don't always have to touch each one and say the numbers. Sometimes you can figure it out. This would be 10 if it had a dot here, but since it doesn't, we know it's 1 less, and that is 9. That's called using the tens. You know your tens, and you know if you take 1 away, it makes 9. Using your tens. This one we counted by ones. This one we used our tens. Let's see what's under the next 10 frame. Ooh, this is another way to count. Sometimes mathematicians count using their fives. If you know that half of a 10 frame is 5 and you see that it's filled up, well, you know it's how many? 5. We can count by ones, we can count using our tens, and we can even count using our fives. And let's look at this one. You've learned how to count by ones. You've learned how to think about your tens to figure out how many. You've learned how to look at your fives. We know this is 5. We don't need to count it each one because we know half of the 10 frame is 5. That's right. All right, let's check our next one. I'm going to turn it this way. How did you know so fast? I can hear you guys shouting it out already. How did you know that that was 2? We call that a just know. When you just know what the number is because you have counted it so many times. This number you've probably been counting since you were a baby and you saw 2 eyes on your mom or dad or your grandma or grandpa. You knew that was 2. Even babies can do that. Wow. So sometimes we count by ones. Sometimes we think about our tens. Sometimes we look for fives. And sometimes we just know because we've counted it so many times. All right, friends, those are some of the ways to count in preschool and kindergarten. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, ways to count. Happy math time. See you all later.